everyone. Blessed feast day. It's time for another party. Tomorrow is the Feast of Theophany, and we celebrated today on the vigil with a couple of friends. Just a really simple party to teach the children about Theophany and about our church's traditions and the story of Jesus's baptism. So I hope you enjoy the things that we put together today, and that you take what you can use and leave what you can't. I know sometimes even myself, I compare myself to other moms or creators on Instagram, Pinterest, wherever, and I'm like, I can't do all that. So take what you can do and do more than me, but just enjoy. Theophany is a special memory for me, or a special feast time for me, because quite a few years ago, almost 6 or 7 probably years ago, I had the opportunity to go to an Orthodox monastery nearby, and it was the week of Theophany, and the monk was going around the whole campus as we were visiting the different churches, and he had a huge bushel or bouquet of basil, and he had his bucket of holy water, and he was just blessing all the chapels and all the people, and he came around and he bonked every one of our kids on the head with basil, and it smelled so good, and the kids laughed, and it was such a spirit of joy, and I really have such a happy memory of this feast. And so I tried to kind of pull that into what we did today. So we started out by reading the story just from my Catholic Children's Bible. I read the story to the children, and we talked a little bit about it. And then we transitioned. Orthodox Pebbles made some really beautiful printables of the icon, and I created a poster, which you'll see the kids talking about in a later clip. And we put the icon together, and as we put the icon together and they added all the pieces onto the poster, we talked about the imagery and used the icon as a continuing teaching tool. I was talking with a friend the other day about how the Catholic Church, the Orthodox Church, we're all about the 5 senses. So we're going to smell the basil, we're going to feel that holy water on our skin, and we're going to see the icon, and we're going to process that lesson visually. We're going to hear it in the troparion. We're going to hear the story of Jesus's birth, or baptism, excuse me. And so really we're engaging all the children's senses to help them remember this feast. The imagery in the icon is super cool, and I used this printable from Byzikids magazine. I think it's last January's issue, and that's free online on her website for you to print out. And it describes all the pieces of the icon, all the key things for the children to know and take away. From there, we transitioned to flipping it and letting them be the teachers. So you guys tell me about this icon. So again, internalizing the message for them. After that, came back to Orthodox Pebbles. This is another one of their printables in the Theophany packet that's free. Talked about the basil, the significance that basil was found near the true cross when St. Helena found it, and so it is used often in our feast days and in our celebrations, particularly at the exaltation of the cross, but also at Theophany, to sprinkle the blessed water with, to sprinkle the holy water with. And happenstance, or a blessing, we have a huge basil plant in our front yard. So I gave the family that joined us, and we have a bouquet as well of basil, so that this year with COVID, we'll probably be blessing our own house. I don't think the priest will be able to come and visit, so that we can kind of reenact that happy and joyful experience we had at the monastery. So talked about blessing our homes this time of year. I would encourage you to reach out to your priest and see what the plan is for house blessings. 'Tis the season to have your home blessed. Normally our priest would come over, but again, these are strange times. But make a plan, bless your home, either with the priest or as a family, if that's not an option, and utilize those resources. I hope you enjoy. Check it out. What did we learn?
We learned that these fish represent that to Jesus.
What happened to the fish? Were they surprised that God was in the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him.
What does the dove represent? Who does that represent?
The spirit of the God that nobody can see, and
That's
all
right.
the Christians.
That's
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit, yes.
God can.
How do we know God's voice spoke out? Where do we see that in the icon? Good job.
And this there, and this and this.
But wanted to show you our table setting today. Found these super cute napkins just at Target right now. They're with the mermaid party stuff, but there's no mermaids on here. It's just celebrate, which I thought was pretty fitting for the day. And then big bouquets of basil as our centerpieces. And I wish you guys could smell this room. It smells so good. Okay, we're gonna have shell pasta, strawberries and cucumbers, and fish sticks. It was time for a craft. And I found on Pinterest these sensory water bottles. And so I just used smart water bottles because the brand smart water bottle, because they're smooth on the outside versus the bumpy of like the Kroger bottle or the other bottles that I usually get. Dump out about half the water and you add mineral oil and food coloring, blue food coloring, to kind of give you this texture of the ocean. We added inside fish, seashells, bead fish, seashells, colored beads, and glitter so that the kids would just have fun things to check out in here. And then I actually shrunk the same printables that were used from the icon of Christ and St. John, and we were able to stick them onto the bottles. So the kids have their own Theophany sensory bottles. They loved making these. Put the beads and the shells and the fish in your water bottle.
Look at how tiny it is.
Mm-hmm.
So tiny.
So party up with dessert, which I made from green, well, it was green Jell-O. It was supposed to be blue. I could not find blue Jell-O at the grocery store, but so blue Jell-O, little Jell-O cups to represent water. I made a little riverbank with the fish. I'll show you that in a sec. I think equally you could get like vanilla pudding and put a little bit of blue food coloring in and do pudding cups. So I think that would be a super fun snack that you could do tomorrow with your family, whether you have a big party or not. So check out dessert. Jellos with blue Jell-O and then a sandy riverbank and a little fish, a gummy fish popping out. They're so cute. What do you think, Hannah? Isn't it good? That's our Theophany party. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you're able to use at least some of the ideas in your home as well. And again, I wish you a very blessed feast.